Hi, loves. Welcome to day one of the Vibrant Visibility Challenge with me, Claire Venus. I am so glad that you're here. This is going to be a really fun day. Hopefully, you will find it really playful, and an engaging day to have a think about your personality online, is what I'm going to say. So, today's challenge is a photo challenge, and it is a challenge. So, when I worked with my mentor, my very first mentor back in 2020, she challenged us to have a look at our website and have a look to see if there were any photos of us online, and demonstrated her website, which was full of photos of her in lots of different places, working at a laptop, having a phone, being out in nature, all of that gorgeous stuff. And so I realized I had absolutely no photos that were suitable. I had work related photos, but they were in a specific context. And it didn't feel right to kind of use those to build what I was doing with the fresh stuff. So I had to really think about, okay, I need some photos. I need some photos I'm comfortable with. I need some photos that are going to align with my brand values and are going to align with the color palette that I'm using online. So there was a lot to think about. So we're going to break this down a little bit. So you might or might not have noticed that I wear a lot of pink and green. There's also quite a lot of sparkle that appears within my brand. So every time I am thinking about whether a photo would be a good fit for using online, I will be questioning how it fits with the bigger picture of my brand. So my brand is professional, friendly, engaging, fun. There's all of these different things that I know and have lent into about the photos and the positioning that I put myself out within. Now, you don't have to go deep, deep, deep into this, but I want you to have a look at the photos that you have of yourself that you're currently using online and see if there are any commonalities in the way that you feel comfortable. So you might look through some photographs, and feel like, yeah, I'm really confident to share those. They really fit well. You might have others where you're like, well, it's not great, but I'll stick it up anyway. So we don't have to be perfectly polished in the way that we show up online with photography, but we need to feel confident to stand behind whatever it is that we're putting out. So if I share my screen, um, desktop, I'll have to share. And I'm going to just go into this folder that I have so you can see. Where are we at? So I just have photos and bio in the same folder on my desktop. Excuse my desktop. Obviously, this is my organization system, so I have a lot of photos here. So when I go into here, now I need to tidy all of this up, and I'm actually going to use this challenge to do that because this is just everything that I've built up over the years, and I've like made a little folder in there called work photos. But when we start to go through, so the first one, this is a couple of years old now, but this was one when I did a little Substack meetup. This is the professional shot, one from a professional shot that I've had done recently. Here's another one from a professional shot. That one's an image. Here's one that I use a lot that really fits with my brand. It's got a splash of pink in there in the cup, and then obviously green in the notebook as well. Then I've got this random folder called headshots, I guess things that I was using to sort of, there's a professional shoot that I had done. There's one that my husband took. There's a selfie. So it's a real mix of different photos that I've built up over the years, to just be able to have them to share within the writing that I'm doing on Substack or on my website. And I need to spend some time now organizing all of these into folders so that I feel like, okay, like that makes sense now for the evolution of my brand. So I'm going to go ahead and do that and pause the video, and then I'll come back. The challenge that I have for you, like I said, is to have a look at what you're currently sharing and how comfortable you feel with it. Do you feel like you want some more photographs? Do you need some more photos? Do you need some that kind of connect to spring, summer, autumn, winter? What does it all feel like? And then, if you can you share a more professional photograph in the chat and one that is a bit more candid and a bit more like impromptu. So this selfie here is obviously not a professional shot, but it is a bit interesting. So it's at a big play park near us. And I did share this on my social media. I was comfortable to share that and talk about what I'd been doing on that particular press launch day. It was really fun. So I had lots to say about that. So one that is professional or could have been taken professionally or just looks more professional, and one that is more candid and give us a bit of context to that. And then I'll just pause this, do my photo organization and come back. Okay, guys, not too painful. Now, I should have done that a long, long time ago, but accountability is a wonderful thing. So if you wanted to pause this video and do your own organization, you're so, so welcome. So here's what we've got now. Um, okay, so this is still the same file, photos, and I've got the little emoji there of a camera to remind me when I'm just looking for it. And then I've got one called coffee because I share photos of coffee a lot, and I realized there's only one in there, so I could add some more in there. I've got community again. I should have way more photos of community stuff that I do, and I haven't, so I need to fill that up. And then I've got details of Northumberland life. So because I write a newsletter called Notes from the Sea, I just kind of put everything in there. There's some holiday bits and stuff in there as well. Drawings, headshots. So this needs a bit more organization because these are all quite random, but they're all in there anyway now. So if somebody does ask me for a headshot, then it's there. Oh, that's a floaty one. I'll put that in details of Northumberland life, I think. That's my current logo on Creatively Conscious. Other photos of me. So these are just a little bit. So that one is in my front garden when my daughter's just a toddler. Feet photo. It's quite random underneath a blossom tree on an aeroplane. I wouldn't share that publicly, but it's just a bit of a random file. And then I've got out and about. So whenever I go to the city, I like to take photographs of the details. And I don't have loads in here, but I have used these all online. My pro shots from this year, I've got way more of these that I can add in. I've got my Substack bio screenshot. And then I did start taking screenshots. That's my old branding, but I started taking screenshots because these can be really helpful, but these are a bit blurry, so I need some more of those. And then work in action. So these are the sort of more professional websitey ones. There's a bit of a mix in there as well, but this from a photo shoot was really helpful. I think this was the first one that I did from our website. So all organized. And so I've written a little note here of the things that I want to go and look for. I use Google Photos to upload automatically all of the photos from my phone, go on Google Photos, so then I can search for coffee, for example, and pull some coffee photographs in there. And it just means when I'm writing my Substack that I know that I've got, if I want to use a photograph of me, I've got one. If I want to use a details photo, it's sometimes nice to, have it in the same light, but it doesn't really matter as long as you're kind of bringing everything in. So hopefully there's food for thought in there. What I find is you end up with a big eclectic collection. And then you can kind of start narrowing it down, or you can bring something out from the archives, which I did this morning on Instagram. So we can repurpose all the time, but we don't want to be stuck when we've written a piece, then searching for photos to go with it, because it just takes absolutely ages. We want to be really organized when it comes to photos. So, reminder again. You can share a professional photo of you in the chat and a more candid photo of you. You can use this tutorial as an accountability exercise to organize your photos. Go ahead and get fun, and let's get to grips with how we feel about photographs of ourselves in all of this.